Every one of you watching this screen, look out.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
What did I tell you about cartoons?
They've got a lot of brains, and they've got a lot of chutzpah.
Tell me how comic books make you feel, Dave.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Hello, this is Frantz, Kantor, cartoonist, illustrator, toon talker, Tinker Tailor Spy. I'm here with
Jim Bridges, and I'm the president of the Australian Cartoon Museum, and we're at downtown Docklands, Melbourne, Australia, at the Australian Cartoon Museum.
Right. So getting back to our discussion about illustrators, this is a book bite, and this is going to be continuation of a theme almost, which we've been discussing, the work of Ralph Steadman.
Ralphie boy. And this is his fourth book on dogs. And I've lent the early three out, and they haven't come back. And this is not a compilation of his previous, this is all new stuff.
Right.
And this is like no dog book you've ever seen.
So like the boomerang that wouldn't come back, your dog books wouldn't come back.
No, but like...
Did they find a nice home?
Like, for instance, the dog videos we see on YouTube and the cat videos, this is nothing like it. This is the opposite.
Is it?
These aren't cute dogs.
Okay.
So hang
Whoa!
on. That's right. This is...
Look at that.
This is Ralph Steadman.
Here, Poopsie.
And
good doggy. Bicky Wicky.
He's trying to grab the sort of aspect of dogs, which is
it's almost like
the unpalatable side of dogs. He's zeroed in on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the Ralph Steadman book of dogs.
Yes.
And there are different versions of this, and this one.
No. This is a fourth version. So he's done 4 separate books. All right.
Artist of distinction, caricaturist of brilliance.
Yes.
He's also a long-time dog lover. So in case you're interested, the other books are Saloon Bar Dog, Antisocial Blot Dog. I guess it's kind of like that.
That's
There's
right.
a really antisocial blot.
Yeah.
There's a Buddhist dog searching for happiness.
Yeah.
A dog baby substitute.
No. These are what's in this book. They're not
it?
the previous book. Oh, that's the blurb. Anyway, see, here's your British Bulldog.
Right.
There's your British Bulldog.
Okay, so where do you find the former books? You don't?
I don't think you do, no. So can you turn the pages?
I don't want to turn them now. You've licked them. You've pre-licked the pages. All right, Ralph Steadman, Book of Dogs. That looks lovely.
Yeah, British Bulldog.
You know, I love this. Do
you like the cross?
Beautiful cross hatching.
You like the cross? There's a cross there.
I don't know why it's there.
Is that where cross hatching came from?
Possibly.
And typical. So it's a...
Or maybe angry hatchings.
So it's a Houghton Mifflin Harcourt book, Boston, New York, 2011. And there's typical...
You don't want to say that in a hurry.
No, but there's a typical drawing...
Yeah, look at the
showing
energy,
the strain
the
in the
direction.
hand and the dog, you know.
So well, here you have the dog.
He wants to check out previous dogs' downloads.
Yeah. That's
right.
Way of saying it.
And here, this is his idea of using photos. There's a fox in the kitchen, and he has all his guys in the kitchen as a fox hunt, coming from England, you know.
That's really interesting. He's again, you know, like the Da Vinci book, he's got this passion for distortions of perspective.
Yeah.
He has started with a perspective, obviously with a photograph,
Yeah.
and this sort of expanded on it, and then really distorted it.
And having everybody in the kitchen. And this is a double
Strange.
dog. That's a double dog.
Right, reflection.
So there's
double
a signature
dog.
there, and there's a signature there.
Right. Is that sort of like
and
a
look,
turning?
and look, the double dogs are wagging their tail.
And the dots are representative of something.
Ah, are they? Are you a visual thinker? Yeah.
No, I just spot dogs' asses very easily.
Spot.
So, yeah, that's the spot.
I love this drawing. It's so simple and yet beautiful.
These are, I can't work these out. There's some of them are photographs.
Yes.
He's worked them in.
Yeah.
Some of them are part collage, which he's drawn over and used them as a shape. Some of them he's sort of done little distorted paranoids with, I think, to get that sort of
You have to explain what a paranoid is.
A paranoid is a Polaroid picture
Of a dog.
of anything, but you could push it, manipulate the image while it's
actually
drying.
Or he heats it. He heats it and he can push it around so the emulsion gets moved.
Yeah.
Now, I'll read the introduction and it's worth it while you're looking at this.
To do another dog book.
About dogs, in the wake of my 3 other books about dogs, is, I am aware, a trifle excessive. Well, it would seem so, but when I heard a report that there are at least 50 million more dogs in the United Kingdom alone, and their owners are going to need more vital wisdom about these faithful but stupid creatures that will help them to sustain a sense of humour, not to mention proportion. If they are going to treat their mutts right and give them a half-decent life, and more importantly, see the funny side of their every action.
There's a Dachshund furniture.
Yes, well, have you got any stories
Side
about
table.
your...
Dachshunds.
Did you ever see...
Dachshunds are lovely.
Did you ever see your sausage dog as a piece of furniture?
No, I bought a sausage dog my mum bought a sausage dog. We had a sausage dog when I was a kid, and the reason is because I was fascinated by this one painting by I can't remember the artist. The Futurist.
I know, the Futurist. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a painting showing movement, and it used a sausage dog with a chain.
Yeah, it was.
That was
and his feet were going all over the place. Yes.
Yeah, so it was a still image showing movement, as much movement as like a double exposure or something.
This is a Picasso-ish sort of dog, isn't it? Picasso-ish dog. And that's a photograph of one of his drawings.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is,
Dog
people and
shows.
their dogs.
People and their dogs.
Yeah.
Obedience pug. Oh, I like this.
You know what this looks like?
A gangster?
No, it looks like a Saul Steinberg drawing.
It does, yeah. Because a lot of
Except Saul Steinberg
unnatural
wouldn't
verticals.
have done that much detail.
Cross-hatching.
Yeah, because he simplifies it.
Yeah.
A double dog.
There's another double dog.
Yeah.
But he'll start with something and then gradually, break the model by having these incredible jaws and expressions.
And that dog sitting on a couch smoking a cigarette. It could be a husband looking over the shoulder of his wife.
Yeah, so I'm not sure whether
You've just
this is
missed a page.
attractive
Missed a
to
page.
dog lovers,
No, it
because
won't
it's
be.
more
It won't be.
exercise
In blots.
In blots, but they're really manic.
There's a famous cartoon
characters.
of an artist who's drawing, and he's got a pen and ink, and he keeps on throwing the ink away because it's got too much, and it all lands on his dog, and his dog's standing next to him. It's in 3 panels, and in the end, it's just a black dog,
Oh. So it starts out as a white dog, then becomes a Dalmatian, then becomes a black dog. Yeah.
So, does he deliberately make these blots specifically for that drawing?
Yeah.
Because in here it looks like he's, what'll I do here?
Well, all right, so the idea of seeing shapes in blots, like the Rorschach method of seeing, your mother naked body in ink blots, is a way of really explaining...
Is that a personal experience? Okay.
It explains our predominant ability to create meaning from chaos. So, as an illustrator, you're constantly battling, not constantly battling, but constantly at using symbols and shapes and things, sometimes out of its original context. So you're changing context constantly in order to have something that is entertaining. These are concepts that are basically on their own, right? So they're sort of like exactly as you see the splatter of the ink blot. The idea is similarly, arrived at. it doesn't really. There's no narrative here.
Here, Poopsie, good doggy, Vicky Wiki.
Yeah. So these are blot dogs. So these are dogs that are created from abstract shapes, and because we are able to create relevance from abstract shapes.
He is on his fourth book. He might be running. He's on his fourth book on dogs. You think he's running out of ideas?
Yeah, but this is kind of like, if you remember, there was this Australian puppet show, Mr. Squiggle.
Oh yeah.
So you're creating shapes from random strokes.
Yes.
Creating meaning, objects, people, things, narratives.
And then he would
from a
squiggle, which you then
create
connect
a story.
all those lines, and then he would turn the drawing upside down when it's finished, and keep drawing and turn it into something else.
Same as this. So this may have started out as a blot from upside down, and he turned it around and tried to see something in that shape.
Well,
so obviously with this, you've got a dog.
He has an incredible
shaking
rawness
itself.
about his work. So a dog is sort of dogs, comfortable and all that sort of stuff, but they got dirty habits.
They're messy.
Yeah, and they eat their vomit and all that sort of stuff. So he sort of wants to grab all that sort of stuff with his style.
Yeah.
Now this is obviously a photograph.
It's a Disney trait.
This is obviously a photograph of a person's teeth, and he's turned on the side and the jaws, and he's added teeth on the side. Look.
Yeah. This is really interesting because teeth, they have a relevance, obviously, to... Well, this is actually a human jaw.
That's right. It's a planned photograph.
Okay, yeah.
And he's just turned on its side and added teeth up here. Look.
This is really interesting because
he does this a lot.
Yeah, he uses collage as well.
Yeah.
So you'll find meaning out of all of these random shapes, random forms, splatters and things, and also, random collage objects. Which are really interesting.
Do you reckon that these are funny?
I think they're beautiful.
I think they're funny, but they're shockingly funny, aren't they?
Yeah, that's obviously, explosive flatulence.
The worst effects, explosive flatulence. Yeah.
Which he's saying this is an effect of overbreeding.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Instant recognition.
Yeah, high.
His master's voice.
Yeah. Well, yes, it is that dog. Except it's doing a different thing. Oh, look at this. Look at that. Look at the hands. Good dogs. Oh, good dogs.
It's rather interesting.
Yeah.
Again, using a clip art.
Yeah, but he looks a bit bemused by the process, if not scared. Because Blotchy's coming towards him. Oh, yeah. Blotchy.
Well, a dog's dilemma. Fundamentalist dog. So it's basically what dogs do.
It's fundamentally what dogs do, yeah.
Prize-winning bitch. So not only is her obviously her
name is probably Sniffy.
Her feces are prize-winning.
Yeah.
So she's a prize-winning bitch.
Yeah.
That's the name.
And this is interesting because, this is interesting because this is sort of drawings he used to do about 50 years ago, when he was doing early punch things, and here they're checking the shit of the dog, because
this is Crofts.
It's what?
FTS, Crofts Dog Show.
Oh, okay.
It's a famous dog show in England.
Oh,
yeah.
How come you know that?
I know that. And
how come? How do you know that?
I like dogs.
Oh,
and dog shit. I'm very familiar with that.
So there's a what reversible. This dog's reversible. And that's a cable end, which is too short. Oh, that's right, because they, in the lower standards, third rate, because they have dogs with really long ears and all that sort of stuff, and it's supposed to be good, but
Yeah, so it's kind of comments on breeding and dog shows and things like that. So this, obviously started with a Crofts reference, and now you're going into the different breeds themselves and what makes a good breed.
There's a push me, pull you.
Yeah, Mark 1 groomer, Mark 2 groomer, which is like, bums on both sides of the situation.
And this is
nice, Drain here.
Yeah.
It's a dog with two heads and a belly, and that's where you drain the dog. This is very interesting. Look at the squiggles.
Yeah.
This pug
Yeah.
The wrinkles and things are,
and how the
they
light
carry through for the feces.
and how he actually does the
crosshatching
at both ends, and how it leads from open to more and more and more and more. He does that.
Yeah, well, he's got this beautiful directional lines that go into the center of focus, which is this.
Yeah.
Your eyes go here and then travel down to this.
And these little things on top of his head sort of balance with these little things down the bottom.
Yeah, but he does this. The expressions are beautiful. They're really, really classic.
Yeah, well, he knows dogs.
Steadman expressions, but they're
He knows
caricatures of dogs.
Yeah.
So this is a caricature of pug. This is a caricature of like a Yorkshire Terrier or something.
Yeah,
This is a caricature of a what are the Schnauzer?
Yeah, well, he obviously had Airedale. I don't know.
Airedale,
He obviously
it looks like an Airedale.
He obviously had fun at that dog show that day.
Yeah, but caricatures again are not just of faces, right?
Yeah,
This
the
is a
whole body. Yeah.
If you look at this breed, the Airedale or the Schnauzer or whatever that is, it's got this sort of woolly coat, and the shoulders are higher than the haunch, than the back, and the tail's obviously. All of these things are things that he observes from the actual dogs. So these
Actually,
are not.
That looks more like an Airedale than that one.
Yeah.
Oh, what the
Well, there's the dog
custodians
wanting to go.
of these?
That's a famous one. I've seen that many times.
Oh, he's done that in his other books.
Yeah.
But they're busting for a shit, He's done a little tiny bit there.
The custodians of these modishly styled creatures are our bulwarks against nature's fumbling commonplace. So that's
Well, you see,
that is clear as mud.
that's been tied into a knot.
Yeah, that's turned into a gun.
Yeah.
That's a banana.
Yeah.
That's a little man.
Oh, that's
Little
Lautrec.
businessman.
That's obviously.
Oh, that's Lautrec.
That's Lautrec, of course. Yeah.
So there's obviously a little cartoon of
And
Lautrec
like
somewhere.
the waggy tail,
Reminds us.
the waggy tail, and bang,
Yeah.
a little flower coming out there, a flower fart.
There you go. That's a
flower
futurist thing.
fart.
That's a tail.
That's a flower fart.
In animation. That's an animated tail.
Yeah, but that's a flower fart. Oh, this is interesting. She's a mess, and the dog's all manicured.
Yeah.
And look, even the lines on her legs.
Yeah.
And these are types.
Oh, these are
dog.
I'm not really in love with that, but this is
these are dog types.
magnificent.
These are dog types.
Yeah, this.
It's
funny with Steadman because these little quick sketches are where his talent really shines.
Yeah.
When he goes into this sort of thing, it becomes grotesque.
Yeah.
And really overburdened with texture.
Yeah.
And you forget the novelty of the expression and the proportions and all
when
that.
he did simple
But
these
these
like
are
this,
magnificent.
yeah. When he did things like
These are
this
beautiful.
in the Da Vinci
Look at this
book,
guy.
in the Da Vinci book, they were
Yeah.
terrific. They had the best
Yeah.
things about him. Yeah.
The simplicity and the brilliance of the novelty of the design process of these characters is so magnificent.
This is my favourite.
It's a lovely.
Look at the tongue and the mouth. These are too small. We can't lift this up,
this is.
can we?
I think this is.
We can't lift it
No,
up.
you can clearly
Will it go
see.
out of focus?
Yeah,
Okay. Anyway.
you can go up a little bit, but basically, you've got the sheer genius of this. This man shines through with these simple statements. They're beautiful. Beautiful. I would love a whole book like that.
Yeah.
These. Look at this. The novelty of these.
Look at this
Beautiful,
stuff.
simple
Look at this
shapes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Before and after.
A week
haircuts.
ago. That's a week ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll never forget you, Bedsock.
Those of you that with Maltesers,
His name is
would be familiar with that.
Is Bedsock,
Bedsock, yeah.
which tells you a few things.
They live in
doesn't
the
it?
bottom of the bed.
That's right.
There's a beautiful Schnauzer.
Yeah, he draws. He really got into farts, didn't he? The dog's farting.
Where?
There.
Oh, okay. But you don't know which end it's coming from.
Well,
These little, beautiful little sketches and
yeah.
that he does. It's just magnificent. Just so, they're just so descriptive.
And that's a device on how to wash a dog.
Is it?
You
Oh, okay.
have all these things that connect and tied down.
That's right. Lovely, lovely expressions. I don't know.
Signs to watch for.
Signs to watch for.
This is not admirable with his big dogs. No, what, admissible? Okay. Wait for the vet to get paid for this. I think you're
Examining a dog.
Yeah.
So it's like the dog sticks his head in
yeah.
the lion tamer's mouth. The lion tamer sticks his head in the dog's mouth.
Taking the dog's temperature. See, the guy's actually grabbing. He's got it in full Nelson.
Yeah, and the thermometer just shoots out.
That's right.
The other end.
That's right. Little
Beautiful.
dog.
Look at that. That's
and look
lovely.
how the head is bigger than the rest of the body. It's good.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And this is about a dog chewing your furniture.
Yeah. Furniture chewing. So this is based on behaviour and, dog shows and all this. So it's all dog stuff, dog-related
It's stuff, all right.
stuff.
Yeah.
Dog-related concepts and ideas and gags and things like that. But if you were a dog breeder, you'd probably get very upset looking at how these are representative of your breed, because they're really to do with the weirdness of dogs.
Look at the eyes.
And the process of us, living with dogs, obviously. Signs to watch for, number 5. That look. The dog's strongest weapon, the dog knows it. The swine will melt you mercilessly with jungle cunning to get what it wants. However you deal with it, the look prevails. Only in the drawing can you obliterate it, and even then it whimpers through. So beware of it. And the first sign, shove the bugger in the woodshed. So it's obvious. It's like he's blotted it out.
Yeah. They don't have woodsheds in England, America. Well, it's an interesting drawing by
Jackson, Joe Petro's Pooch. This is a caricature or a drawing of somebody's dog. This is a lovely study. That's one of those, looks like one of those long-haired dachshunds.
It could be.
Look how beautiful that is.
Yeah, but
is that his? That would be his, wouldn't it?
His own dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. But,
is that his? That's not his signature.
No, it's the name of the dog.
Ah, got it. Idaho.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
Actually, it could be a monkey. Oh, here are his photos. What's this? Dogs. What? Dog number 5. In California. Yeah.
So these are they're like little illustrated portraits of dogs.
He's worked on the face and the body here. See how he's got the eye open? The dog would be asleep.
Saloon bar dog.
Yeah, because they're not allowed in. They're not allowed in, and they fall asleep outside. They're waiting for the bloody master to come out.
In America, you're not allowed into.
And look at this. Bars. Look at this. The dog's smoking and it's lying on the.
Yeah.
And that's the sheep. No, there's the dog there. There's the dog there. Flop at work.
Yeah.
Sheep are just circles with legs.
I don't know the references for that, but I would imagine that's how they spend most of the day lying in the grass.
No, he's got them hypnotised.
Oh, is he?
Got them hypnotised. They're all under the tree, and they're even standing on top of each other because he's looking at them.
Oh, okay.
If a dog doesn't look at them, they don't pay attention, but the dog looks at them.
Look at this.
And it's not only the dog's whole body.
Yeah, he's done these little studies here of the dogs at rest and stretching and looking weird and lying down full on the ground from above. All of these things are they're beautiful little studies. Well, obviously not that, but it's a lovely testament to somebody who is really, really good at recording. From nature.
It's a great gag.
Nature.
It's a great gag. It's a wonder no one's done that before.
And improving, in many ways, improving on nature. So he's sort of changing it, spinning, putting his own spin on it.
And there's the bones again of something, and he's turned into the face.
It's a very interesting book. Huh.
Well, that's very Steadmanish. He's been doing things like that for many, many years.
Yeah. So you see all the rendering there in the expression and it just adds to the aggression of the
and that's
the
almost
action.
a James Thurber dog, isn't it? Look.
I was thinking about James Thurber before. I was looking at another cartoon. Yeah, it's a sort of a beautiful little quick shorthand, almost in
the reverse
biro.
of walking a dog. The reverse of walking a dog. Like this, and the person woofed at it. The dog was
in the pram. Yeah,
it looks like he's got a napkin.
That's a beautiful face.
Looks like he's got a napkin.
Dog baby.
Would you call it beautiful?
It is a beautiful face. Look, ugly is beautiful.
Ugly is beautiful
because it's very, appeal is based on something that you look at and you can't turn away.
So he's got this dog wearing extended lederhousing. So a sausage dog is now wearing, because it's a German dachshund, has now got extended lederhousing like these guys. Now these are fleas.
That's a lovely expression, though.
Yeah, with the different size eyes too, and the tongue and the teeth.
So he's kind of known for that.
Yeah.
So if you ever
now these are fleas.
Feel like
these are fleas. I think we'll flee past them. They're fleas. You won't see them much on
dog
this.
lice. Okay, so it's all about
it's know your enemy.
It's doggy stuff.
It's called know your enemy.
Right.
Now I like the dog scratching away there. Look at all the bits and pieces all going all over the place. And there's old Scratch. They're the reason there's a close up. And look, even the flea looks like a dog. See?
Yeah. These are based on cockroaches and fleas.
Can you imagine if
the carapaces and the different parts of the fleas, and they're given all this sort of
this is a dog fight.
Energy and expression.
Diddly squat is a dog fight. So he's got a combination of stuff in there. And this is what's the dog with the 3 heads?
Cerberus.
Yeah.
The dog of the gate of hell.
Yeah.
Of Hades.
So that's in Rome, obviously. Look at the drawing at the bottom. Very simply done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Rome.
They're quite, when you first look at it, I hated Steadman stuff when I first looked at his stuff because it just looks so clunky and thrown together without any kind of rhyme or reason. Obviously there's a lot of instruction or what do you call it, tradition of drawing, of illustrating or something, which he's broken ranks with. And
he has, but at the same time, the drawings that Ronald Searle did of cats, I'm starting to see cat stuff here.
Yeah,
that's from Ronald Searle, you know, and his line's nothing like Searle's.
No,
nothing, absolutely nothing.
No, but again,
a rabid dog and friend.
Yeah, so it is a way of illustrating a theme. It could be based on not literal themes. Yeah. I actually wrote down a note the other day thinking about this book.
This book?
Yeah. Well, in general, I'll read it out to you.
Buddhist dogs looking for happiness.
Yeah.
One-eyed happiness.
Okay, so this is based on what I'm seeing here, right? This is called the lyrical versus the logical in visual problem solving. You write a scene, a character smelling grass. It's a good opportunity to use the lyrical over the logical, telling it how it feels more than how it actually is. So rather than illustrating literary dogs, right, portraits of dogs or scenes of dogs, he's getting into the psychology of dogs. He's getting into the psychology of dogs and dogs' owners and the absurdity of finding that absurd characteristic that he can sort of latch onto and express as an illustration. It's a really beautiful way of doing that.
Little fart here coming out for the dog owner who's like a dog.
So it's good because it exaggerates the action, emphasizes the emotional aspect of the situation of the narrative, the visual narrative.
That's the Hindu dog.
Yeah.
And this is the this is the Mandarin dog.
So again, why not?
Very funny.
But this is, the whole chapter is like, what is this on? Where's the chapter head? There's no chapter
No,
head. Oh,
no.
scratch. Okay. No chapter head. It's just different dogs in a philosophical context.
He's
or
really
religious
He's
context.
really obsessed with dogs
historical.
with two heads going different directions, isn't he? He's really interested.
Canaanite dog, Israel and Syria.
Syria,
There used to be lots of them about. So it's kind of based on old. Reminds me of a sculpture of
It's like early Egyptian art, sort of.
Mesopotamian art.
Yeah, a sculpture in particular. Yeah. And so what? Zarathustrian dog.
Zarathustrian.
Yeah. Well, that's a very early religion too. Obviously wearing a fez.
Yeah.
Although it looks a bit cattish, doesn't it?
There's a Joyish dog. Joyish dog.
Joyish dog. Shalom Bach. Shalom Bach. Shalom Bach.
What's this?
Circumcised. No big deal.
Got a circumcised tail.
Yeah, circumcised tail. But he's really gone to town on that face, hasn't he?
So again, no rhyme or reason. There's just things that
A dog
he's
collar.
put in.
A dog collar. He's got a dog collar.
Almost at the whim of his imagination.
And this is the sort of thing that Fellini would probably do. Episcopal bitch. Look at the hands and look at the feet.
Yeah. Oh, dog collars are.
The priest.
Yeah. It's a slang term for the collar.
That's right. And this has got three breasts, and they're pretty high up. And look at the eyes. Yeah.
It's something that reminds me of taken from a painting.
Yeah.
But he's actually got.
He's worked at.
He's really put in a texture in there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Isn't that a photo?
No, it looks.
No, it's not.
Looks like it because there's a lot of rendering in there.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah.
A lot of fur, like.
He's
tight
had fun on that one.
Yeah.
And this is it. Like the line how the dog stands on the end of a dress and pulls the dress across the line, and the big shapes.
So they're not literal impressions of things of dog.
No, well, as you said, the owner this face, like they're all similar.
Yeah, they're just sort of whimsical
It's like
illustrations that
Barbara Cartland walking her dogs,
Yeah, well, it's his. Yes. It's exactly. That's probably where that idea came from.
Yeah. And so here he's got something out of magazines of Roman, out of some furniture book, and he's just turned them into different dogs.
Yeah.
Now that's one hell of a tale. Matalon Buteros, Bolivia. Was it Bolivia?
Buteros.
Yeah.
Bolivia? I don't know. That's their columns. Anyway, they're almost like they're more reflective of his mental processes and what he finds interesting as an illustration, rather than a book about dogs. So it's a book about him.
Yes, and here's his jaw again. Look, that's all the jaw.
Yeah.
He's chopped it off. And he's incorporated the teeth this time. He hadn't have to draw him. It's a very busy, interesting head, isn't it?
It's a very personal book about his
Cutie Poo.
complex relationship with dogs, or complex ideas about dogs.
These are almost sort of
whimsical.
Yeah, I mean, the drawings are roughish, but I mean, these could be done in the 50s, some of these ideas.
Yeah, again, looking for relevance out of shapes and things.
Yeah.
Same with his blots.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you'll see a dog in that shape, which is a very natural human trait to be able to do
Because
that.
dogs are messy, and I mean, look, he's got part of the ear now. There's the cochlea and all that sort of stuff, and the eardrum and all that, and he's somehow incorporated them into.
That's a beautiful.
Yeah.
Your head is now
Sorry.
the star of the show.
Yeah, I wanted to go in for the kill.
Your screen didn't suddenly get furry.
Yeah, and look at this. Look, this is some sort of description of an early child's head before the fontanelle actually drawers to close, you know. And look at the fingers and feet.
But almost like, you know, this to me, if I was to do this, you do sort of a random squiggle, and then you create shapes and relevant forms and images within the squiggle. So you're always like subject to the initial strangeness of the shape that you've actually created. Yeah. Which is an interesting way of.
Do you think he does squiggles and then he turns them into something?
I think he would. Yeah.
This is interesting.
That it would make sense. I mean, that's how I would interpret it.
Yeah.
Whether or not, you know, he may have a different process in mind.
So this dog's called Decibel.
Yeah.
And how do you show, you know, sound in a cartoon? Well, go back to that cartoon. How do you show sound?
Well, you know, remember Monk's The Scream?
Yes.
There's a character screaming, and it's it's a painting, but you can clearly feel this vibration.
Yeah, but it's also an inner scream too. That particular
but the character has an open mouth.
Yeah.
Which
Love me, love
associate
my
with
master.
screams.
Love me, love my master.
Inner
Dog
screams.
attacks man in red pants. Yes. I think this book's telling viewers a lot about me, what I'm laughing at. I haven't got a dog license either, but it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog-head, yeah. And look at it, in loving memory of Rover, they just chuck him on the scrap heap and they walk away mourning. That'll really tell you how much they really care about him. Although, you know, people actually get their dogs stuffed and you do drawings of people's dogs, don't you?
Kill something, son. Your father wants to sit down. Okay.
Well, they've already got a few things. They've killed a few things.
Yeah.
Like,
I love this sort
they've
of
got ducks and
rabbit.
rabbit, yeah.
I love this sort of isolated colour and isolated elements.
Yeah.
You know, these sort of details. Again, it looks very random, but they've created this sort of high-end, detail and texturing and things. So your eye gets cemented in place right where these sort of manic details are.
Mum's got a fag in her mouth.
It's brilliant.
Ah, there is the man working.
Very
There's
exciting.
the hand.
Very exciting illustrator. I think you do well to have a look at more of his work. This is very exemplary.
Yes.
This whole thing.
Do you think if you put that on Facebook, they'd ban it?
I don't know. But anyway, this is the Ralph Steadman book of dogs.
Yes.
So if you're a lover of dogs, you probably want to give this a miss. If you're a lover of ink blots or collage or indeed of
Or
Ralph
psychology,
Steadman,
the psychology of drawing.
well, it's certainly a lot of there's a lot of material here.
Yeah.
It would be a psychologist's dream, I think, to be able to sit
Well,
down.
this is Jim Bridges saying woof, and that's translated, see you next.
See you next time.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for the sour persimmons, cousin.